Hello, good morning. How are we doing? How has been our day? Yeah, I'm talking about people that feel that they are dejected. You always like to hear these statements like, if anybody is not useful for you, it's not a must to be friends with anybody. Don't be sentimental with choosing your friends. You are not meant to be apologetic about who you make as a friend, and all that and all that. So it has been, I've been in that show before several times. Let me exaggerate, but a couple number of times where I was told, a particular person told me, yeah, this is the last time you will ever ask me any question about my personal life, my family life, and everything. I was doing that, yeah. I didn't know better so at that point. So I appreciated the fact that the person opened up to tell me that don't ever ask me intimate personal questions again. That technically ended our friendship. Though we still had our numbers, we were in the same department, we were still able to check our WhatsApp status at least. I'm not sure there was status in those days, but you get what I mean. Like, it's like that particular statement stated it like we are not friends, we are just colleagues, and let's be like that. And years down the line, you hear every motivational speaker is almost telling you, this is not useful for you, drop person, is a drop, this is a drop, and it's looking like, okay, does it not mean that everybody at one point on the at one point or the other in their lives have also been sidelined, have been dropped, either verbally or non-verbally, body language, whatever way, has been sidelined, dropped, not communicated with clearly, and not having gone intimate or maybe gone closely together again. So what do such kind of people do? It's been on my mind for years, and in retrospect I have understood. The same person came back to patronize me on one of the things that I sell years later. So I just feel that you don't necessarily have to be enemies, but the person just did not want to. Thankfully, thank God that the person even told me physically. What if I'm somebody that don't understand body language and those kind of, I'm not so, or not picking my calls, and I'll now be started with the task of thinking that what's going to be wrong, what did I do? You get the gist, but thankfully that went clearly, and subsequent was easy because I had already known that it's not by force for somebody to be your friend. Work on yourself. I was able to trace some of this attitude of wanting to just have somebody to cling to care for, while not taking care of myself and searching deeply what I'm battling with to settle it and heal from childhood trauma and all that. And love yourself and love your space, love your silence, love your aloneness. Like it took time down the line and all that. And it helped us to deal with new friendships. I've done an episode in a particular post on old versus new friends, old friends versus new friends. It is the old friends that helps us in old friends help us in dealing with the new friends. So you have little or no itch with new friends because they have learned not to overgive, overdote yourself on people, overreact, over request. Everybody is having their boundaries intact, so it looks like it is smooth. It's not. Everybody trying to maintain their lane, so we are good. So looking at the Bible, I brought out Jabez's story and Obed-Edom's story. They look like they are tending towards the kind of person that have gone through such incidents or people leaving them, including their family. I'm trying to imagine now. Of course, that would have been the case. And it just occurred to me that Obed-Edom was just somewhere. He didn't even join the crowd to bring the ark, and so I could be sure of that he was not part of the crowd that followed David's crew when they were bringing the ark back from the camp of the Philistines. And when Uzziah touched, he died. David was careful. David, a man after God's own heart, was careful. And it just happened that the first person they thought of, or maybe let me say the last person they resorted to think of to drop the Ark of Covenant that just killed Uzziah, was Obed-Edom. And it's amazing that when you seem dejected, it is not a big deal to feel loved, to feel wanted, to feel cherished, to feel that people just want you. Always want to be loved, to feel important and everything. But when it looks like, even when you're trying to come out of your shell, people are making you feel like you're an evil, you're a curse, you're this and that. Be in your space is a good thing. It could be a pointer that God is trying to call your attention. Come up higher, come in deeper, come in nearer. Like, let me get your attention. Some of these things that will get our attention, for example, one of the reasons might be just to get our attention, that if you are enjoying the accolades and presence and whatever of people, you might not be able to know how much God wants you, how much God is also craving for you. So hopefully maybe he are doing is just about resting, relaxing in God, and opening on God and doing his prayers and still doing a bit that he could do. We never knew how poor or how wretched he was, but maybe because they just took the hack to his place. I'm sure maybe he didn't even know that Uzziah just died. So maybe he was not there. So he just felt, okay, a hack of God, this is a privilege. Probably just took the hack of covenants in, having known the knowledge of God about the Hebrews, how God has cherished the hack, the way they take care of it and all that. Probably he just took it in good faith. Well, let me just do what I can do. Make sure he cares for the hack, does all he could do, and God saw his heart. People are now coming day after day. He has not died, eh? He has not died, eh? Really, eh? People started coming, fake worshiping him, fake giving him gifts. From fake it to make it, he started receiving gifts from people. Now he became rich in 3 months. And those that actually thought he was going to die, that maybe they're going to make his house a museum for the ark, started thinking about how to bring it out. David and the Israelites as a whole started thinking of how to bring it out properly, started to make inquiries of how the Ark of Covenant was supposed to be brought, conveyed from one place to the other, they know how to do it the right way. And I'm sure that Obed-Edom will be given honorary position. You might not just have heard that for you to be able to risk your life, of course, you didn't have a choice, but they'll start fake worshiping him. That's the way I want to put it. They'll fake worship him. They'll give him gifts. He might not even actually know why people are actually doing that to him. He might figure it out later. Of course, somebody will want to be on his good side and tell him what happened, not knowing that. So just tap bottom out. So just hear what happened and all that and all that. Now going to Jabez. Jabez too was, the side was honorable where he was poor, his mother didn't. It's more or less like what we will call in these days of your mother is a witch. Like what we can term in this day, that the next solution that they will give you to go and do is to pray that your mother dies or you run away from her, just desert her. That's her problem. She's one that has bad body. She has been bewitched, so you can't afford to just keep staying with her. But Jabez did not do any other thing. Thank God there was not much pastors around, prophet around, that you could have traces of what to go and meet, so he gets instructions. He went to God straightforward. Where else would he have gone when because in Yoruba they believe that your mother is your God. If your mother does you bad, that is it. It is so clear, like, because you slept in her for 9 months and all that. She gave you, literally she gave you life. She died through child labor to give you life, like that sorrow and everything. So they feel person that's, once your mother has not backed you, has not gone against you, you can still move on and all that. So I think they just felt, okay, let me just talk to God about this. And he spoke to God, had prayer points, had things to talk, and God answered him. It is time for you to focus on God. If you are going through such, if you are distracted, you still have hope. If God has not gone against you, you are good. Develop yourself. You might have changed your friends. You have learned lessons how not to relate, when to relate, how much and how low. Work with that. You will be fine. Talking like this is addressing those that feel that people distract them and they feel like they have all the problems on their head. You will be fine. Take cue from these stories. It is well with you. Have a lovely